Good morning, DFC, and welcome back to another edition of Entrepreneurship for Grade 11. And the topic of today is looking at ethics in business. So if you've never heard of that word before, that is completely fine. We're going to learn about it today. Specifically, we're going to learn about ethics, what they are, and their relationship with success in the world of business. So if you are ethical and behave with ethics, you can have great success in business. And if you look at the graphic here, ethics are related to all of these things: being honest, right, fair, responsible, conscious, offering choice, dealing with honor, having value, integrity, morals, and principles. All those are related to ethics. But before we get into that, just want to talk to you about task one. Task one is simply watching today's video. Task two, this is actually an article about what happens when businesses don't act ethically. And it talks about the price gouging of hand sanitizer. Price gouging, for those who aren't familiar with it, it is when a business, they jack up the price of a product that's really in demand. So things like toilet paper, hand sanitizer, Lysol wipes, paper towel, they're all really in demand right now because of COVID. Well, I don't know why toilet paper sells out in grocery stores, but in the spring, it definitely was. Price gouging is when businesses, they take advantage of people and they jack up prices on things that they need. And according to this article, there have been businesses that have been really jacking up their prices for hand sanitizers. So I'd like you to read that. Just a fairly short article. So that's what price gouging is. Today's video is an example of a drug company CEO, and he price gouged as well. But he claims he's doing a service to his customers. So please watch that video. It's a few years old, but it's still a great example of unethical behavior. And unethical behavior is simply the opposite of what ethical behavior is. So to learn about ethical behavior, let's take a look at the textbook reading, which is pages 41 and 42 out of the textbook. And you can find that reading here. So the big ideas are right here, but what's most important is this definition right here. Ethics are a set of rules about what is right and wrong, and they guide people how to act. Simply put, more precisely, I tell my students that ethics is knowing the difference between right and wrong and doing what is right. So ethics, there are ethics in business, education, law, entertainment. Basically, any job you have, you'll have a different set of ethics. So please read these, and if you're unsure about what ethics are, remember there's definitions right here and to the side as well. So this section as well, it really tells you if you are ethical in business. For example, if you do what is right to your customers, customers will want to come back to you. If they feel like you're a business that is cheating them or being dishonest, they will not want to spend their money with you. And they will tell their friends and their family member, hey, avoid that entrepreneur and his or her business because they are dishonest, they are unethical, or they are just plain out cheating. Or some businesses, you can also break the law. Who we give our money to says a lot about businesses. And if customers choose not to spend their money at your business, how successful do you think you'll be? By lying and cheating, you may be able to make money in the short term, but as time goes on, you may be breaking the law, which could mean jail time or fines, or customers will simply choose to not spend their money with you. So you'll have short-term success, but long-term failure. But the opposite is true. If you are ethical and you treat your customers honestly and fairly, they'll want to come back to you time and time again as their needs and wants dictate. And then they'll tell their friends and family, yay, you should check out this business. They're really honest and fair. They treat their customers great. And that will bring in additional customers as well. So acting ethically can bring you short-term success and long-term success as well. So I just want you to read these 2 pages about ethics in business. And next we have some short answer questions. So what are some examples of ethical behavior that a business can do? And you can find ideas for that in the text. Remember, 2 ideas in total. So just give me 2 ideas in, say, a sentence or 2. Now, I'm not going to read all the questions simply because they are pretty straightforward. But I want to draw your attention to question number 7. I've given you a scenario. And the scenario is that you catch a needy friend shoplifting food at a grocery store for her family. Do you report her? So you make the choice and respond to the questions like so. And there's a second scenario for question number 8 as well. This time you're working at a grocery store and your boss asks you to mark up the price of hand sanitizer to 10 times its normal price, which is an example of price gouging. Do you listen to your boss and mark up the price? So tell me who will be hurt or helped if you listen to your boss. What are the benefits of listening to your boss? What are the problems with listening to your boss? And will listening to your boss have long-term consequences? And then finally, tell me your decision. Do you listen or not listen? Now, this scenario is an example of price gouging. And surprisingly, we find price gouging in everyday activities. You may have been gouged at a business and not even realize it. For example, movie theater popcorn typically costs 35 cents to make, but as you know, it's sold to customers for $5 to $7 a bag. Why do you think price gouging isn't illegal? Because it is not. It may be wrong, but it's not illegal. So I want you to tell me why you think that is. And if you're not sure, just take a guess, because this is not an easy question to answer. As usual, I want you to mark this assignment yourself, and we're approaching the end of the unit soon. So that means I'll be marking those end of unit projects and quizzes. But for daily practice assignments like this one, I want you to take a look at the success criteria and tell me whether you have met them or have not yet met them. Remember, our goal is learning about ethics and the relationship to success in the world of entrepreneurship. So if you know what the word ethics means, if you know how ethical behavior can contribute to a business's success, if you understand that we can choose to behave ethically and unethically in our daily lives, and if you know that unethical behaviors aren't always illegal. For example, unless you're in a trial, it is not illegal to lie. Is it unethical, being dishonest? Yes. But if you lie to someone, you are not breaking any laws. If you cheat on a spouse, you're being unethical, but you're not breaking any laws. So just know the difference between unethical and illegal behaviors. So for every X that you put in the have met column, give yourself a mark. So if you've met all 4 of them, you give yourself a 4 out of 4. All right, so that concludes today's lesson. And as usual, if you have any questions, please come visit me in Google Meet. And good luck with today's assignment. I hope you learned a lot about ethics today. And if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye.